Hi, everyone. I'm Mrs. Anazuski with Pine Tree Programming, and I'm so excited to have you here. Before we get started today, I want to share a little secret with you. You don't have to be a computer whiz or a professional programmer to teach or learn computer science. And at Pine Tree Programming, we believe that really it's just another way to be creative. Coding is kind of like painting or building with blocks. Today, we are going to meet one of our favorite tools, the microbit. You might be asking, what is a microbit? Well, you can kind of think of it as a pocket-sized computer. Sure doesn't look like a laptop, but it does have a brain and it can follow your instructions. It can even sense light, feel movement, and even send messages. Let's take a quick tour of the microbit. First of all, you're going to see that 5x5 grid in the middle on the front. Those are actually 25 tiny red lights, and we can program them to show pictures, letters, or even animations. Then buttons A and B, these are our inputs. We can tell the computer, when I press button A, do this, or when I press button B, do that. If we turn it over, this is the processor. This right here is the brain that we talked about. And these pins across the bottom, they allow us to connect the microbit to other things like headphones or even a piece of fruit. And then here we have the USB and the battery, and this is how we give the microbit some power, and it also allows us to send code to our computer.
Okay, coders, so now you've learned the parts of a microbit. Now we're going to learn how to talk to it. We use something called Microsoft MakeCode. What's great is that you don't have to type confusing code. It just uses code blocks, which you just snap together. It's like playing with digital Legos. And today we are going to make a digital name tag. It only takes a few steps, and you can follow along with me and the directions at the top of your computer screen. Let's open up Microsoft MakeCode and get started. So from the home page, makecode.microbit.org, you're going to click Name Tag. Then choose Blocks. And as this opens, you will get a pop-up that looks like mine. Just click OK and it will disappear. So let me show you around a bit. On the left-hand side of your screen over here is your microbit simulator, which looks the same and runs code like your actual microbit. Underneath the simulator, you will see the stop and play button. And below that, at the bottom, you're going to see the download button. You will not need to use this button until you are done your code and ready to program your microbit. Next to that column is the toolbox. This is where you will find the code that you will be using to build your name tag. Click on Basic. Those are your choices. When you're not in the tutorial, you'll have many more choices. If you make a mistake, you pull out an extra forever block. You just make sure you click on the block and then hit delete. Okay, so those are the part of the MakeCode interface. Let's get started with our tutorial for building a name tag. Across the top up here, you'll see the first direction. To hear these directions, you can click on the reader icon over here. And when you finish each set of directions, we're going to click Next right here to move on. Let's go through these steps together. Teachers, this is where after each step you read them, we do them. If you want to stop the video, go ahead. Give your kids some time to make sure everybody's on the same page. Then go ahead and start the video again. So here we go. First direction, click on the basic category in the toolbox. Drag a show string block from the toolbox into the forever block. Then show string block, change the text from hello to your name. Let's do that now. So let's click on basic, show string block. We're going to pop it inside the forever. We're going to click on hello and we're going to change this to our name. So I'm going to do Mrs. Schmidt. You do your name. Once you have your name in, let's hit next to see what our next direction is. All right, you should be able to look at your simulator off to the left and you should see your name scrolling. If you do, you have perfectly coded your name tag. So you've just turned your microbit into a digital name tag. Perfect. Let's hit next. Now, If you have a microbit device, which most of you should have, or all of you, maybe you're sharing, you're going to connect it to your computer and click the download button. When you do that, some instructions will pop up. If it's the first time you're doing it, it will run you through how to pair your microbit to your computer. After that, plug it into your computer and it should automatically just download. I'll show you what that looks like. Mine is already paired. So now I'm going to hit download. And once you look at your actual microbit, it should be scrolling your name. Isn't it so cool to watch your name scrolling across the screen and lights? Great job, coders. You gave your microbit a set of instructions, and that's all coding is. Thank you so much for joining us at Pine Tree Programming. We cannot wait to see what you create next. Happy coding!